probably a number one question even asked. Do you even love what you're doing if you are in business? And if not, maybe for 2015 you have to have a think about, should I be doing something else? And that is, I'm very much about doing and being in business. It's about something you're passionate on. Otherwise, chances are, do you think you'll succeed for a long term? So maybe it's a matter of tweaking up something you're doing. Or moving on to something else that you absolutely love, because if you don't want to get out of bed in the morning and say, I love doing this, yee-haw, you know, chances are, will you succeed? Yeah. Some of you know me and some of you don't. And I thought, well, I better just say who I am just briefly, otherwise what the heck. You know, anyone can get this gig. So next time you go, after this, you should actually go up to Tom and say, I'd be interested to speak, because we all have value to give, all right? I think a lot of people don't always think that. My journey, I guess, of who I am, and many of you know me because of my long time longevity in the fitness industry, and still love it because it's my passion. It's not my work. I love what I do. You'll see me in local gyms taking classes and having fun, inspiring and motivating people to be fitter and just feel better about themselves. I grew my business from doing all that, I guess, the health stuff. I run a lot of programs on the fitness and health side of things about keeping people accountable to their health and fitness and what are their goals. Because you have to set goals, right? It's important in anything that we do. And then I realised, apart from the great things I was doing from a fitness and health perspective, I would love to be able to help people more. And as I got into my own business, I have clients online, and I run online health and fitness programs, and now I'm running online business programs and coaching, because the longer you're in business, you know, I realised I was already doing it in the fitness and health side of things and in my business, and then I had so much more value to give on a business perspective rather than just running around in the gym, taking a class, another 10 push-ups, thank you. Who's done that with me? A few. And they all come back, which is really cool, because they all say we hate push-ups, right? So some of the things that I've done, my background, I've spoken internationally over in Singapore, Auckland. I've done interstate speaking engagements as well, and giving value to business owners as we go along. Was up in Brisbane last year, met another special person, and I'll speak about that soon, because it's about who you partnership and the people that you meet in your journey when you're in business. Okay. I've written 3 books, and I've just bought one of each of them today. It's, some fitness-related books, but being an author also gives you credibility. And I'll speak a little bit more about that, because we all have some knowledge to share. Won some fitness awards. If anyone's interested just on a fitness and health perspective, you can go on fitnesstips.com.au, and I do a once-a-week fitness tip, all right? And that will allow you, and I talk about things like what colour your poo should be and all of those inciting stuff that we need to know, right? Do you know? Anyway, that's a sideline, right? Because if you're not functioning properly yourself, how can you be successful in business? I'm just lucky because fitness and health is my passion, but business is my passion too. And my passion is to help business owners be successful, and that's how I got to stand here. Okay? I've branded myself as the business and health accountability expert, because that's really what I am. And from a business perspective, I help to keep clients accountable to where they want to be in their business and where are they at. So I thought, I don't get a lot of time today. I'm going to go through a few quick things and say, and I want to, in the notes and stuff, and if you haven't done any of these points, I suggest that you really need to. Because sometimes we try to get to this point really fast and we've skipped the basics. And I find that time and time again from a business perspective. And if you haven't done the groundwork, how can you then leverage and expand to where you want to be if you haven't done some of the basic stuff to start with? Would that be fair to say? Yeah. I have a website, LeanneBusinessAccountabilityAcademy.com. It's pretty cool.
That's a mouthful.
I know, I say it really fast 10 times, but it's in the notes, don't worry, we'll chat on that later about, and there's also some business tips, because I'm now saying, okay, once a week business tip, helps with some accountability to get business owners on board to make sure that they are doing these little things each week and keeping them accountable to themselves. So I'm passionate about all of those things. Are you passionate about what you guys do?
Yes. Yep.
Really? Cool. So I thought, well, in the time that I have, everyone in this room is on a different journey. I know some have been in business, some are just starting. I've spoken to a couple already. Some are already quite a way along, but you know, wherever you are, you're always striving to get to a next level. Would that be fair to say? Because we all want to succeed. But there's all these different little roller coaster journeys that we go along to get there. So the three things I thought I would be important to cover in a short amount of time is clarity around what you're doing, and then the implementation of what you're actually doing in your business. Is what you're implementing enough to get you to the next level? And then accountability. Because that's really the key word that I've found is really holding everyone back. They all know they want to do stuff, and then suddenly another week's gone by, but they've got no one keeping them accountable to what they're doing to get to that one or two things they really wanted to get done this week in their business. Or they may have done it, but it wasn't quite there. So what could they have done differently? And Tom's given me the opportunity, apart from speaking this morning, was after this, depending on your time, is to get a group together, because many of us do or not maybe have a business coach or not, but it's about getting together a group of people, and especially all these business owners in this area. How many we got? 17,000 home-based businesses in Casey and Cardina. Is that not massive? Oh, that's the only one that registers. There's probably 6 in your street and you don't even know. And I guess the reason around why I wanted to be involved is because the business people in our area, we want the business owners. We are our own community. We don't need to go to the city, do we? We have everything right here. We've got a mortgage broker, a property person, someone who loves doing campers, travel. What else have we got? Janessa, we've got some lovely products. What do you do? Pre-purchase property inspections. That's good to know. Artist. Need to have good stuff in the house. Hampers.
Real estate photography.
Real estate photography.
Well, you know what I do.
That's my husband. Okay? So I know what he does, but he had the chance to say what he did and he just blew it.
I help people make money.
Right. So I'll talk about him later. Sorry?
I'm not doing anything.
You're retired, you're not doing anything.
No, I'm bored.
He's bored. Who needs help in their business? Hands up, honest. Why'd you put your hand up?
Because I need help to start again.
Okay, cool. So, what's your name?
Great.
Great. So Graham is bored. Alright? Now, we didn't know that unless we asked, right? But I want you to think about if Graham is bored, we will find out by the end of the session what he really wants to do. And if he doesn't know what he wants to do right now, do you think if he's bored and he can sit around and help people, hence he's here, maybe some of you guys need help and he has some expertise in hands?
10 different things.
Oh, right.
I've changed occupations every 4 or 5 years all my life.
Okay.
As soon as I can do something well, I go.
Oh, right.
I'm bored with that now, let's start the next
Right.
thing.
Have you spoken before?
No.
Okay. So there's an intriguing person right there.
I'm a personal trainer and I help people look good and feel good.
Excellent. Love you.
I'm just starting, but I've got to make people look good and feel good too.
Excellent.
I'm a travel agent and I have fun telling people where to go.
Perfect. Don't we love to do that to people? Richard, we said it.
My one life is Brooklyn, yeah.
Sue,
Real estate agent, beautician,
beautician.
online greeting cards.
Online greeting cards.
I run a marketing business and I'm help leaders to communicate with people.
Excellent.
I'm a research writer and I try and help people think differently about what they do.
Excellent. So, see, we already have a huge amount of knowledge in the room, okay? Just from finding out. And Tom does awesome things here. What he does is already explained, right? And you love your job, don't you, Tom?
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah. So, let's see where we're all at. Because as you can see from what we just said, every one of us in this room is at a different spot. Would that be fair to say? Yeah. So how do we get you all to start here to get here to the next level? Clarity. If you're bored, maybe we need clarity. Hence he's here. Good on you. So some of the questions I would ask, define your passion. What are you passionate on? We need to ask Ray that question, and we won't pick on him because he's in the front. But what are you actually passionate on, and are you doing it? That's the first thing I want you to think about. Artist, are you passionate?
Absolutely.
Oh, right. I can tell when she said it. When you speak and you say you're passionate on blah, if you're like this and it's not coming across, people know straight away. So body language, body image on your passion on what you do is crucial. Okay? If you're not living and breathing your passion, hence, why would anyone want to do business with you? Okay? Hands up if you're passionate on what you do. Can you tick that off? Awesome. Great. Passion on being bored. Yes! Now, I have to ask this question because I'm finding time and time again the good old business and marketing plan. Hands up if you've got a business plan that you've looked at and you know exactly this 2015 your direction. Be really honest with yourself. No one gives a shit whether you put your hands up or not. We got that video. Honestly.
I'm working on that at the moment.
For this year or next year?
Oh, this year.
Oh, right.
No, midway through the process.
Okay.
Yeah.
Halfway up.
Halfway up or down?
Up.
Up? Up? Which way are we actually going? Okay, halfway.
That's what I do.
Yes, fantastic. So, okay, you connect with people who know what they're doing on a business plan. Has everyone got a template of it? business.vic.gov.au. business.vic.gov.au. Any other good templates, but that's a good one to start with. It even gives you the guidelines on how to fill it out. Right? If you're not sure, guess who you'd ask? Me? Roz? That's right, Roz. So, really, you have to have it written down, your actual, what are you doing? Alright? When you go to school and the teacher says, right, we're doing this and this today, they should have lesson plans on what they're doing, right? And when the direction they're taking you, so by the end of the term, you know exactly the knowledge that you should have done and the action you should have done. Now, if you're not doing that in your business, and I'm finding that most small-based, home-based businesses don't have it, and it's all right to have it once, but you need to revisit it at least every 6 months, 12 months at the very minimum. If not longer, I'm sure Roz is going. Because, you know, things change up. So if you've done nothing else but do a business plan on where you're going after this, then I want you to email me and tell me you did it. Or if you've got a question around it, that would be really cool. Otherwise, like I said, you stay after and we talk about accountability around getting a business plan done. People say it's too hard, don't want to do it. Then, in the business plan is the marketing plan. Because if you don't know what you're marketing and you're selling, what are you doing? You don't know. Exactly. So really it's important to get very, very clear on what a marketing plan looks like. What are your products and services? What does that look like? What price point are you going to start with? What's out in the market? I could spend another hour going on that, but I don't have the time. But you need those two basic things to get yourself at least thinking and starting on some direction. Products and services. Like I've changed up what I've done. I started from X amount of dollars and said, oh, I can help people at $47. And then I'm like, you know what? No, I'm $4.97 now. The same thing. Are they paying for it? Yes. Okay. So it's also the mentality around it. Who has their products and services or who's really not sure? You know, think about, you know, write down products and services. What have you got? What do you offer? How do you give value? How do you solve a problem for somebody else? What problems are you solving in the travel industry?
Stress.
Yes. Marriage issues?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Probably family time.
Yeah.
Celebrating
Yeah.
your wedding.
Yeah. What are you solving as an artist?
I give people stuff to put on the walls, but as well as that, my work is actually a thing I call mind drawings, where there are things hidden within the drawings. And I've found from feedback from exhibitions, and just on the weekend I went to a market community fair up at Beaconsfield to test what the people actually wanted. And I found that there's a call for cheaper items as well, like jewellery, mouse mats and things. But a lot of people want a book, so there's going to be a book of my mind drawings. And that will then solve the problem of people who want to entertain the children with gifts. They want to look at things differently, and it does make people look differently.
Great. Would you have thought that if you're an artist? That's great. Fantastic. Anyone else want to share on a problem they're solving based on their business? One big thing. Speak to me. Go, guys.
From the communications point of view, a lot of people don't have confidence when they're public speaking. And so that's one, and that keeps people awake at night.
Yeah.
So that's one solution that I'm providing as part of my school services.
Yeah. And that's a big thing. And public speaking, being able to speak, confidence to speak, all that kind of stuff is so important because it helps to boost your business to the next level. As an artist, you still need to speak at your grand opening, right? Yeah, you think, oh, an artist, you put it on the wall and walk away. No. And then, whether you're in the mortgage ring, you've got to be able to speak to people. Property people, we need to speak. Selling products, board, we still need to speak. We need to speak. Personal training, health, travel, business, photography, everybody, hampers, every one of you, okay? Think about what problems you're solving. And the other big thing around the clarity side is if we're home-based, the biggest thing is how are you coping in a home-based environment? Because the one thing that holds a lot of us back is your actual time management throughout the day because the wash is there. Are you even in a proper desk office environment without interruption for a certain amount of time of the day? And if you're not, you need to fix it. You need to declutter and you need to be focused and say, my compartment of time today is this, is though you were sitting in an office to get the job done. Because I think that's where a lot of home business fail. Email management. Yeehaw. Who's getting emails on their phone? Good, bad, or otherwise? I used to. Don't do it anymore.
Why not?
Why not? It takes up too much time. And like I'm coming out to speak today, do I want to check emails? No, I don't. Like with what I'm doing and when I'm going out somewhere specific, I stay focused and driven to the action that I'm on, and then I can give much more of myself, and your mind is clear, because if it's something you didn't want to read, potentially, because we're in an instant society, and good, bad or otherwise, can it wait until, so people know that I tell them I don't have emails on my phone, or on the bottom of your email you could say I check my emails once or twice a day, that's it. And then if it can wait or they really want you, they'll have your number. That's just food for thought.
So you're speaking about emails that alert you that you've got an email that's just come in?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't use that function.
Oh, okay.
I don't do that either.
No. Like emails in or out, or even sending emails on phone. Like all I'm saying is, if it's a problem and you feel you're not being productive enough, and you're trying to create your business and your product and everything else, unless you're allocating time, you won't. It'll be harder to succeed. More productive time you spend away without interruption, whether it be, you might even have to go to a coffee shop without interruption, quiet, away from your own office environment. You may need to do that a couple of times a week, or more, once a day. Who knows, depending where you're at in your business. Okay? Are we cool with any action so far?
Yeah, I just sort of translated that a little bit to
Okay.
allocate time for emails and only deal with it then.
Okay, yeah, and look, there's no right or wrong rule with emails. It's like what works for you based on your schedule. If you've got young kids or you don't, or family, or other commitments, you have to just work out your whole week and time manage yourself really well. Because if you take all that away, those distractions, then you look and you're working on your goals and your business plan, your directions and your focus, and the speed at which your business grows will start to snowball. And I know because I've done it. Too many interruptions, stop, this is my behaviour for the day, let's do it, focus, I'm glad I did it, because at the end of the day, crap, I didn't do it, then you start beating yourself up, okay? Clarity is number one, know exactly what direction you're going, have your written plan around it, and start to drive towards it. And if you still need further help, obviously we can help you with that. Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. Okay? To get fit, we do regular exercise, right? Every day, every few days. So if you want to have a successful business, do you think you need to have successful practices around that to get there? Yes. Cool. So whatever you're doing that you're doing a lot of, is it the right thing? Is my question. Now the big one is implementation. Some people don't even get past the clarity. Can you see just from what we said? Okay, implementation really important. Start with the end in mind. Where do you want to be in 5 years? 1 year, 2 year, 3 year. Okay? Think about the end goal of what, because if you don't have the big picture where you're striving towards, it could be a problem because you haven't seen the big picture. We really need to see the big picture. Okay? I have vision boards with a whole range of stuff up there, where I want to be, what I want to do, what it looks like. I want to get there. And I look at it every day. Marketing. And one of the biggest things I find, and I especially find it with home-based business, or even small business generally, is they actually sell themselves and what they do before they actually market and even say what they offer. As in, like if someone says, I sell blah, 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 blah. I'm like, that's cool. It ends there. If someone says, well, what do? I say, I help people, I'm a business and health accountability expert, and I help people to be fitter and healthier and more successful in their business. Okay, and they say, how do you do that? Because then it brings on questions. If you just go, well, I sell products, I travel, whatever, you've got to speak about a sentence about how you help people. Okay, so you're marketing before you're selling what you do. You have to engage it, so you're getting questions in about what, and they ask, oh, what's that mean? How does that work? Engage them for questions. And then when you explain a bit more about what you do, you're more likely to get a sale across the line as to your products when you've actually given them the value and shown to people how you can help them. You may not be able to help them, it depends on what they want, but at least you've identified that. There's so many different strategies, of course, online and offline. The key is creating engagement, asking questions. Okay? The engagement and building rapport with people that you meet and online and offline is critical to business. Give value. I give free stuff away. I've set up a website because I turned 50 in January. Yeehaw. That's a good number. Anyone there?
7 years ago.
How many years ago?
7 years
Oh,
ago.
right, you're doing good. But, you know, do you feel your age? It doesn't matter. But I said, right, I want to give back. I've been in business a long time. So I started up leannesfreeinformation.com. All right, so I've got a whole heap of info on there and I'm adding things to it all the time. So feel free to get on there. Social media. You need to have connection on social media, whether we like it or lump it. I get clients on Facebook constantly. I get speaking engagements on Facebook. Okay? You have to engage and use it in the right way. Don't tell them, you know, oh, I'm feeling crap today. Don't say that. Don't put that on there. If you want to be a successful business owner, you're the happiness coach, I'm feeling like crap. Does that work? If you see that person, how do you feel? When you know there's a disconnect. Doesn't really work, does it? Conferences, workshops, you guys are here, all right? You must make some connections with people in business, and if you're home-based, you have to get out. And I applaud you to get out, because considering we have so many thousands of businesses, how many have we got in the room? Not many. Stuff all. Really. You know, and that's why I said to Tom, I'm going to get out. I put on stuff on some Facebook, and I'm going to engage more people to come to these coffee clubs. You know, if we run a night one, not everyone can come during the day, there's always a reason, blah, blah, blah. All right? You either make the time to connect with people, and who knows, I went to a conference in Brisbane and met this guy last year. That's marketing. All right? And this has created some fantastic things. Keep in mind why you're in business. What's your big picture? Who's your target? Who are you going towards? Why are you different than the mortgage broker up the road, Richard? Why should I come to you? Tell me.
Because I help you understand how the industry works. Like come after us, when it suits you and your partner, every Saturday, Sundays.
Yep. So convenience is convenience, and that suits people because we're all busy. But think about why you're different. You know, it's really important to identify that. The big how is the finances. Who loves accounting stuff? Accounting people in the room? Yes, and Morley, thank God he put his hand up. I was hoping, Richard. But if you hate numbers, you don't have to know all the ins and outs, but what you do need to know is a basic profit and loss, a basic expenses, okay? Income and expense. If you're not earning as much as what your expenses are, we have a problem, Houston, okay? Think about just basic stuff. If not, find someone, there's guys who are doing accounting in the local TAFEs that will kill to help you if that's not what you're strong at. So you must know some finances in your business. Basic things to get you started, to know where you're at. Because if you suddenly think you're doing well, I sold this, but your outgoings, you go, oh, I didn't realise that. Awareness, you need to know that. Okay. The networking. We love networking. Everyone came in and sat down. I said, get up. Didn't I? That was a bit nasty. You alright with that, Graham? Cool. Excellent, because you guys are sitting here, but now we've at least said hi, and that's the idea of these coffee clubs, connection. Okay, so you can find out, we already identified 5 of us standing, how each of us could actually JV and help each other in business already. What value can you give to someone else's business? And ask. You know what I did today, Tom, or yesterday? I asked Neville Waterman, would he come in? Because he owns his building, and he's opening up how many hubs around the area. He's doing fantastic things, and I thought I'll just email him and see if he's available. He might want to stick his head in. Why not? I was going to ask Richard Branson, but he was on a plane somewhere. But really, I'm serious. You know what someone told me, and I spoke to Mick Morland, our mayor, present mayor now. He went to an opening of a school in the local area, and there was some high dignitary from another country, and he goes, how come you're here? And they go, they asked me. And you're like, oh. And that was another key thing that blew my mind. Ask. Ask Tom something. Ask someone something. Okay? Please don't be afraid to ask. Okay, I don't know, my business is low, I'm here. It doesn't matter. Ask. Just do it. They can only say no. We have to get over this fear of rejection. No is no. Doesn't matter. Move on to the next thing. Okay? Is that all right? Cool. Build your credibility, become an expert, and I've said that through books. I write articles for fitness mags, business mags. I'm speaking for Women's Network Australia in Perth in May. I just put my hand up. I can talk, I can add value, and I love what I do. Okay? Provide tips. I'm always giving value, running workshops. Are you feeling blah? Is your business going crap? I mean, it doesn't matter. Let's get out there and share information. You've all got great things to share. Run workshops. Online, engagement. So many different things you can do, and there's strategies around it all. 30-second spiel, and in fact, I said it in 10. If I said to each of you, could you say in 10 seconds what your business is without telling me what you sell, but telling me how you add value? So if you haven't got that down pat, I ask you to do that. So write it down, and make sure you do it as homework, or come and tell me after. Business networks. I'm the event coordinator of Women Making It Work. Nicole's involved as well. She does the marketing. She's been taking photos of me. She offered to come. I didn't know she was coming until last night and I'm like, thank you, how special, But Women's Network, we've got a whole different groups in this area to join up, be involved with. Who do you connect with? We've got great events coming up, and we've got some stuff on it here. But be involved in some network in the community. I put my hand up to be event coordinator, and Nick did the same thing for marketing. But do you think it's helping us in our businesses? Yes. Because we go to events, we say, look, we help out, this is what we do. I got to introduce people and say hi, and suddenly they know who I am. Didn't know me before. Yeah.
Yeah, what like that.
Who's on your team? Have you got a team? And you know, you can do that. It doesn't have to be your team that sits next to you, but is an actual person, you know. And I can tell you now, I've JV'd and working in with Martin now. Martin and I, we realised when we met at a business conference at the end of last year that we could do some fantastic things together from a business perspective. We have strengths in so many different things. And, you know, he keeps clients accountable and so do I. So we decided to partner up and do some great stuff together. And he's here today. And, you know, he lives in Gisborne. You know how long that takes?
An hour.
2 hours. Yeah, exactly. So, but, I mean, he's here and he's supporting what we're doing, and I'll go to Gisborne another time, but so what? We are taking the councils on because we want to help all these home-based businesses because they're struggling. And we don't care where they live, and look at regionally as well. So many opportunities in regional areas for your businesses. Have you tapped into any of them? They are struggling for help. So what does that look like? You might write some information and have it online, but target them, ring them up, find out, say hi. When you go to a coffee shop on a drive on a Sunday out there, hey, what do I do this? What do you do? What's needed in this town? Ask them. Who knows? They might need some beauty products. They might need a million things. But the idea is, what are we doing ultimately? We're building a list of people on our database that we can then potentially market to, give them value, and offer them what we have. They take it up or they don't. Lots of stuff. Have we all done this in implementation? Like, it's huge. Like, I haven't got enough time. But you at least tick off some of the things that you've done and other things you may not have and say, look, I really need to work in that area. Okay? And the biggest one is accountability. Because if you're not accountable to somebody, something, will you get to where you want to be? Like, all the biggest entrepreneurs of the world all either get together to go to the next level, or they have a coach or a mentor or someone. Support. That's really what it is. Who's got a coach in here? Honestly. Fantastic. Yes. And that's good. But if you haven't, and not everyone can afford a coach, and that was the reason why I said to Tom, you know what? Accountability. Let's get these guys accountable so they are sticking to some goals they've set, make some money. That's why we want to, we're ultimately here, right? Are we all here to make money? Even when you're bored, you want to make money? I'll just check it. Well, that's important. We're all here to make money. Let's be honest about it. Yeah. I mean, if we all had the money, where would you all be today? Would you be in a coffee club? Where?
On holidays.
Where would you be if you had money?
Hawaii.
Hawaii.
America.
Richard?
Making more.
Making more. Good answer. But you know what I'm saying? Where would you be? Unfortunately, it's not the coffee club, Tom. He probably wouldn't be here either. But think about it. We're all at a certain level, we want to get to the next level. Okay? And that is ultimately making money, and everyone's at a different spot. Learn from the best and hang out with them. Because people up there are really cool, right? Some of them aren't so humble, mind you. They can be a little bit whatever. But I believe in being humble. Because being humble makes you a better person, and you give more and people connect with you more. Motivation, mindset and personal development is critical, and you need to be accountable to yourself to start with. That means looking after yourself. It means being motivated. It means working on your mindset. What's going on up here? Because if you don't believe you're going to get to be successful or make any money, do you think you will? This little brain is really powerful. And until you work that, every day you need to be working on some personal development. So much on YouTube. You know, look, Zig Ziglar. There's so many names I could fly at you. Coach, mentor for masterminds, and that's why we wanted to form an accountability group. So if you're who would actually hang around after this for about, I've got the room till 12. Who is available to stay and would like to stay for another half hour after? And we're talking about being accountable to you. You won't be sitting looking forward at me.
I've only got 15 minutes because I was an appointment at 12.
That's right. All right? And I'm gonna, if you can't stay, we've got business tips, but you want to know more and be involved in an accountability type group. If you want to put your name and email number, feel free. Okay, and if you just pass that around, if you want to, you know, because if you can't stay, it's okay, but we're going to run other events, and I want to make this bigger than Ben Hur. Because I want the business of the small business, I want them to really do well, right? The big businesses, whatever, but we know that these small businesses have taken over. There's so many of them, but they just don't have the direction. So you need to be accountable to your own success. Okay? Who's prepared to be accountable to their own success? All right. And that means, yeah. Sing it to the rooftops. My final thoughts, successful people follow a strategy, but keep their attention where they need it to be. It's very easy to get on a little bunny trail when we're doing stuff. We all do it, you know. Small steps, focus, take action. And you might look today and go, crap, you know what? I haven't got a business plan. And that's okay. But make it a set strategy. I'm going to do this business plan and I'm going to get it done by X amount of time. Give yourself a reasonable time in your schedule and do it. And that's what, and then email me and say, I've done it. Or I've kind of done it, but I don't know what the crap I'm doing. I'm like, I'll just say, hi, let's look at it. What do you want to do, you know? Don't try and do everything. We try and go, all right, we're in business, let's go. And they keep going out the door to the other side and go, that was too tough, I'm going back to the workforce. Ensure your products and services are inspiring and affordable, provide guidance, but take the step now. So whether you're after some business tips to move yourself to the next level, or you want to join an accountability group where we can say, we're going to keep you on track. Anyone scared? No, great. And Martin and I have partnered from an accountability point of view, from a business point of view. He's done a lot of corporate stuff, and I've done a lot of other stuff on a business perspective. And we've joined up to say, you know what? We want to do this together. He lives in Gisborne, and we're going to bring all the council or everyone together and have the whole of Victoria, because I don't believe in just doing next door, right? Being accountable to themselves and let the small business of Victoria be the best and be successful.